Okay, so we're done with the O2C and we'll start and finish fixed assets. After completing FA, we'll just look at cash management. Okay, because since this is a new environment, once again we configure. So within this environment, the current environment, we don't have transactions from payables and receivables. From payables, we don't have payments information. From receivables, we don't have receipts. So because of that reason, we'll proceed with the fixed assets. Before we complete the fixed assets, I'll keep payments and the receipts information, the payables, and I'll get ready with that information so that after FA we can test cash management. Okay, so now we'll see the configuration for fixed assets. So we know very well in EBS we have three key flex fields: category, location, asset key. The same remain here, and the functionality how it works in EBS, the same behavior they given for the key flex field. The behavior in the sense, so we know in EBS fixed assets, by using any key flex field, it could be category, location, or asset key, we can create only one chart of account structure, and those structures you can use as a one-time setup by using the system controls. The same is applicable here. You can use only one category or one location, one asset key flex field structures in Fusion also, but they given the flexibility of creating more than one. Finally, you can use only one. You can create more than one, but you can use only one. So finally, this is equal to EBS, how it works. When you are creating, it will allow you to create more than one, but system will make sure that only one active structure we are going to have within the environment. Okay, this number of segments and qualifiers, etc., remain same. Of course, qualifiers we are calling flexible qualifiers as labels, so that everything is remain same as EBS. Okay, but only that point we have to understand. So this may help us to do some practice. In case of EBS, in the fresh instance only you can create the category, location, asset key flexible structures. If it is already implemented environment, you cannot create more than one. But think here you got a flexibility of doing multiple structure definitions. Against that instances you can create, but finally you can use only one. We'll just go through that so that we can get some understanding what we're trying to do here. Okay, first we'll go and create the value sets, locations, asset keys. Just for our understanding, we are going to create. Finally, these we cannot use. Since this is a Vision instance, already definitions are done. The one-time setup also completed as a system controls by selecting the category, location, asset key, structure instances. Fine. So fine. So just to have a kind of some testing, what we'll do is we'll go and create the two segments for category key flex field. So for the general, what we use is major and minor. Okay, major and minor segments will create for category, and the same way for location also. Let's create country. The segments means we have to create the value sets for that. So state, let's create city. Just this is enough. Anyway, this we cannot use, just for testing. Asset key, directly you can have a segment called asset key. Okay, we'll just go and create these value sets, okay, for these three key flex fields, and we'll create the structures for these three key flex fields, and we'll create the structure instances, and we'll see how to add the values. Then anyway, we know how to add the values to any value set. The same. Fine. Now first we'll go and create the value sets for category key flex field. So search for fixed assets, flex field, so flex field value sets. Okay, the task name is manage fixed assets flex field value sets, or else you can use manage chart of accounts value set. That task also you can use. There you have to choose that application, I mean the structure as a FA related structure. That's how you can find the flex field and you can create the structures. Otherwise you have a separate task, okay, to create the value sets for fixed assets also. Just click on this task. So we have all the tasks in the sequence. First value sets, then structure definitions, structure and instance deployments. After that, system controls, the physical years definition and the calendars, depreciation calendar definition, prorate conventions, and asset book definition. Finally, we'll create the category. So all we have in the sequence and all the whatever we are discussing, those are mandatory setups, right? So just click on go to task icon. So we want to create the value set for category key flex fill. As we discussed, two segments, two value sets we want to create, since we are going to have a two segments. Fine. Say create. So provide the name. We'll say Google major category value set. Just write it as a major category. So module you have to select as a assets. Just click on LOB. Select application name as a fixed assets. So validation type, say independent. It's a major category. Value set independent. Then select value data type. Say character. So value subtype, say text. You can specify the maximum length. Say you want to write the major category names with max 20 character size or say 30 character size. Then say save and close. And we'll create one more value set for minor category. Just say save and close. Just click on create. So it's a minor. So the application name is assets. And select validation type as dependent. So we are creating minor category. We can make it as a dependent on major category value set or values. So character. So if it is a dependent value set, this depends on which independent value set that we have to specify. So give all the specification, value set, value subtype, and maximum length. The same we can give 30 characters. And here we have to specify this will depend on which independent value set. This is what we do in EBS also, same. Just set up point of view, no difference. So Google major category. Select and say OK. Fine, done. So save and close. So we created two value sets for category key flex field. Now we'll go and create three value sets for location. Click on create. Say Google country value set to use in the location key flex field structure. So module is assets, select validation type as independent value set. So value data type is character. Subtype is text. And here you can specify the maximum characters you can give for country name. Say 20 and say save and close. Done. The next value set is state. Just click on create. Name you can give as a Google state. Select module as a assets. If you want to have a filtration of the values, you can make this value set as a dependent so that you can give the country as a independent value set for this, or else this also you can go with a independent one. How you want to manage the values, how you want to have a filtration or control on the values, accordingly we'll choose it, you know that. So just you may make it as independent or dependent. If it is a dependent, you have to specify the which is independent value set for this. Select text and give the maximum size to enter the state names, say 20. So save and close. And for location key flex field structure, we have one more value set required, that is city. Click on create. So write the name as Google city. Just copy and paste. Select module as a assets. Validation type is say independent. Value data type is character. Value subtype is text. So maximum length is 20 characters. So save and close. Done. So we'll create one value set for asset key. Click on create. So give the name as Google asset key. Select application name as assets. And the validation type is independent. And value data type is, you can select character. Value subtype is text. And the maximum length, this you can say 20 characters, and say save and close.